All right, let's give Wednesday's daily puzzle on chess.com a shot. This one's called Breaking Through the Wall. It's black to move. Give the video pause and try it yourself if you feel like it. All right, so a couple checks. That one looks interesting for sure. Kind of feels like you have to sacrifice the knight. Oh, no, okay, the rooks are... I didn't see the rooks are stacked. Ooh, but then... Okay, so if you block with the rook... So if I go here and you block with the rook, my queen... I can sacrifice the queen. That's kind of cool. Is that the point? I'm a little worried about the knight blocking. No, I think the problem still remains, I believe. So if I go here, if the rook blocks, I can just bring my queen. And that's checkmate. The rook has to take, and then I would just take the rook, and that's mate. If the knight blocks, I don't think that changes anything. Three pieces look at this square, but the problem is that my queen's going to get to here, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm almost positive that's mate. So here, I think probably just the rook will block, and then I just go here, sacrificing my queen. But if you take my queen, your rook isn't protected, and my rook takes your rook, and it's over. And I believe this is checkmate. All right, rook blocks, queen sacrifice. Take it, but this is mate, dude. Back ranker. Back rank mate, very chill, extremely chill. All right, let's run that back one time. Cool. So I feel like the most obvious check on the board is this one right here, and it looks like the rook can block, protected by this other rook. And it looks like the threat is quelled because if I take the rook, all that does is trade rooks. But the point is that if you block with the rook, I can sneak my queen in over here. And I'm sacrificing a queen, so I'm losing a queen. But if you take my queen, nothing's protecting your rook, and my rook is attacking your rook. And when my rook takes, this is checkmate. And that's exactly what happened to the puzzle. So the rook blocks, slime by queen over here, and you can't do anything but take the queen. The king can't move, nothing else can block. But after you take my queen, your rook is unprotected. My rook takes your rook, and that's checkmate, dog. There it is, dude. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.